This was the 7th attempt. 7th. I actually got 6 minutes into this one. I was like, fuck!
Yep, have another drink. They got switched around.
I got the wrong hole plugged. That is actually very fitting for our next video.
Yeah, right.
You know, I do try to keep these things fun and lighthearted. I really do, especially the names.
I had not noticed. You're such a serious guy usually.
I know, right? So,
yeah. All business and no fun. Yeah.
If I'm not having fun, there's no point in doing it.
Yeah, right.
If I want money, I'll just go rob somebody. You know, it's like, I at least gotta have fun. So we on this episode 5, we've hit our 5. Actually, you know, I'm kind of impressed. I am. You know, I follow a lot of different people on YouTube. I really do. Okay, and you know, we're only 5 episodes in, and we're almost at 150 followers. It's not even the follower count. It's the engagement of all the followers. There's so many comments and commentary and jokes and people like saying congratulations, thank you, love it. We haven't had one thumbs down, not one. And we're about to post our 5th friggin' episode. That is, dude, that's awesome.
I'm definitely looking at that as a what am I trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is like whoever puts the thumbs down on George's videos, like seriously, I wish they would tell you because I'd hunt that mother down.
No.
It's like, what is wrong with you, man? Those are golden.
No, I think thumbs down is fine, but you know, give us feedback. Why is it thumbs down, and how can we improve?
You know. Listen, there's gonna be a smart ass that watches this and Dal's gonna thumbs down this video. Just thanks, guys. You know, anyway, so we are piggybacking. Okay, look, I actually stumbled with that word like 20 times when I was recording the videos downstairs. So I got a funny little quick story. So, all right, so doing this is no fun unless you're drinking. Like honestly, like you got to drink while you're doing it. That's when it becomes real fun.
Well, I mean, we are distilling.
Yes,
and we want to have the product. We enjoy it, and yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we drink?
So there's been a lot of these little, I'm going to call them miracles that happen when all of a sudden we're drinking. We're like, well, let's just try this stupid thing, you know, and then it works. You're like, holy shit! You know, I would have not thought that worked. And so, you know, when I'm doing the videos, I try to do them sober. I really do. It doesn't work out, and I start stumbling with words, and I start getting all sorts of nervous.
So was it the second video? Like there was one.
No, it was it. It was episode 3,
yes,
Frank is still.
Yes,
oh my God,
yes.
We were so plastered.
Yes. I mean, I was happy, but
I was done.
There was a point when you had difficulty,
like talking. So
luckily you were sitting down, so nobody, you didn't fall.
If we're ever doing these videos and you just see me, he's talking, all I'm like, okay, it's done. Shut the video off. It's gonna get really bad really quickly. Just shut it off. But so I was cutting a video downstairs, and it was actually this video coming up, and I'm like talking, and I'm like, I keep stumbling words, and I'm like, all right, screw this. I went upstairs, I had a few drinks, I come back downstairs, and I decided I'm gonna do it on my cell phone, right? So I go into like my intro, I'm like, and I'm like, I don't like that, and I keep, dude, I didn't realize until the next day when I'm looking at my phone, 86 takes. I redid it 86 freaking times. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so I go, I'm like, I asked my wife, I'm like, how long was I there? She goes, you were there for like 3 hours. I'm like, holy shit. So we're not gonna do that anymore. You guys are gonna get raw footage from here on out. But
yeah.
Maybe not, no, we'll leave this to the editors. So this is Still Bros episode 5, The Joys of Polishing a Tube.
You had to. You just had to. I mean, yeah, you just had to.
It's great. Okay. You know, I don't know why, but whenever I get in front of the camera, I get nervous. It's some stupid little thing. There's nobody even there. It's like I'm afraid of my freaking high school principal or something. A little bit of liquid courage goes a long way. So we are honestly piggybacking off of George a little bit. He recently did some videos where he had made a polishing tube, you know, with that little funny thing he did in the beginning. That was awesome. Filtering assembly, I guess. Ours, the ones that we've done here, are a little tiny bit different, so I wanted to kind of show these. I'm not going to show you a completed one because right now they're actually not even here. They're all the carbon's getting cleaned. We just used it last night, so I'm going to build a new one today, and we're going to kind of go over this whole thing and why ours is a little bit different than George's. George's is really good. In fact, we actually have one very similar right over here to what George had built. Ours is, once again, a little bit smaller. I mean, his is definitely a lot taller. So ours tends to be, see how small that chamber is right there? That's where the carbon is. Why do I keep calling it carbon? Is that even a freaking name? Is it activated charcoal? Activated coal? Activated carbon? Whatever the hell. I don't care. The black stuff, okay? This shit, right here. All right, so ours is a lot smaller, so we don't get nearly the amount of uses that George gets out of his. But that's because we have a height issue here. You know, our ceilings they're kind of low. You know, our building was initially built in 1947 as a horse stable, and now it's being converted into, you know, tasting room, test lab, that kind of thing. So we don't really have a lot. I can't go all that high, and I don't want to have to pick up like jugs and pour it into this and all this other stuff. So we went with more of these single one-time use sort of deals. Then we take it out, we clean it, we do all what we're supposed to do, and then, you know, we have several of these that are kind of going around. But then we ditched this whole idea for what we're about to build today. So on the bottom, rinse this off real quick. Okay, so on the bottom, or when you get your fast ferment kit, if you get one, on the bottom it comes with this little attachment right here, right? And this is to be able to connect a hose to it, to be able to drain it out and all that other kind of good stuff. So we were like, well, that's pretty freaking cool. How can we use this? Because I don't want to have to sit here and just like control the flow out of a fast ferment bulb just with the lever. I want like this system, I could just open it wide up, and however long it takes to get through the charcoal, then, you know, we're good to go. So what we ended up doing is we ended up buying another fast ferment. And we have that over there that's set up as an ETOH filter. And so what we'll do is we'll do a bunch of runs, and we'll take all that stuff that we're wanting to polish, and we'll put it in there. And that holds like, you know, 7.5 gallons, right? And then we connect one of these guys. Now, this particular polishing tube, once again, it's only 12 inches, which means you're getting like one good use out of this. So if you're okay with, you know, popping this thing apart real quick, cleaning the carbon or charcoal or whatever the hell, and, you know, putting some new stuff in there, then this is perfect for you. It's very small, it's lightweight, connects right to the bottom of the fast ferment, and the tube goes right into your jug, and you are good to go. So what do you need for this? You need, obviously, 2-inch PVC pipe, PVC unions for 2-inch pipe, the 1/2-inch by 1/2-inch barbs, right here, they have the screw part, and whatever these things are called. They're not bungs, whatever the hell they're called. You know whatever these things are. Not even sure what they're called. Yeah, I have no idea. You need 2 of those. Scotch-Brite. We use this as our filter medium, so we have this at the bottom and also at the top. You know, we tried them with the wire meshes and things like that. It didn't really work out for us all that well. So obviously you need PVC glue. And yeah, we glue all of ours, but that's what we use the unions for, because you can take the unions apart, right? So, and then Teflon tape, marker, tape measure, monkey wrench, and some scissors. Honestly, we've done this so many times now, it takes me like 10 minutes to put one of these things together, but I'm gonna go through it step by step. Yep, final thing that you needed, and I forgot I didn't have it at the table, is just a rag, just something to kind of wipe the dust and stuff off all the PVC. So let's go ahead and get these unions apart first, so we know what end we're dealing with. go. What I like to do is on this PVC pipe, let's go ahead and just kind of scrub this up a little bit. I always, also by the way, use the Fusion, the 2-in-1, so it's the primer and the glue all in one shot. It's really good, it sets really fast, and you can put pressure on it within 30 minutes. So, okay, so I tend to like to have this end on here, okay? And then that way these things aren't falling all over the place when you're taking them apart and all that kind of good stuff. I guess there's really no difference except for if you have these on this end, then you've got the 2 nuts that are here, and they don't, like I said, they don't fall off, they don't hit the ground, they don't break, none of that stuff. So let's go ahead and get these cleaned up and glued together. Obviously, you want to be in somewhat of a well-ventilated area, unless you like a buzz. If you like a buzz, then don't. That's okay too. You don't really need a lot of this stuff, guys. Very little. Just rim it. Okay. Hit this end. And what it actually tells you, for anybody that's ever really read the instructions on this stuff, is you're supposed to hit that inner side, the actual fitting itself again, right before you press these together. Like I said, you don't need a lot. Little goes a long way. There we go. Take your towel, wipe up any excess on the inside. And there it is. There's the first one. See? Okay. Next one. Now you have a choice at this point. So it's icicles falling outside. Okay. You do have a choice at this point. You can go ahead and slide your little piece in. I don't, honestly. I just kind of do that at the end. And when I say little piece, I'm talking about the circle we're going to cut out of the Scotch-Brite. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Clean this up. And rinse, wash, and repeat. Start off by hitting your fitting just a little bit. And pipe just a little bit. And dip and hit your fitting again. And you'll be shocked how well this goes together if you hit it one more time before you do this. There we go. Wipe any of the excess. Make sure there's none on that outward flange there. You don't want that. Good there. We're good there. And look at that. Now, when you take this thing apart, see the nuts stay on, right? So that's the only reason why I do it, honestly. Now we're gonna go ahead and take this. So this is our little bung adapter dealio, right? We're gonna go ahead and just clean this up some. There's a lot of dust in this. I'm just gonna rinse this one and this one out. I'll be right back. Okay, let's get these dried up and we'll start fitting it. So I got a little bit of a confession to make. Until George's polishing video, I didn't know you actually had to activate or do the whole boiling process and all that other stuff. Yeah, no, I had no idea actually. So thank you, George. As always, thank you. I really do appreciate it. You are a gentleman and a scholar. You really are. I love watching your videos, man. You're just awesome. All right, so here we go again. This obviously fits right into there. It's all nice and dry. We're ready to go. Go ahead and start off by hitting your fitting itself once. Right there around the rim, okay. Then hit your pipe, which in this case, this bung or whatever the hell this thing is gonna be the pipe. And then hit your fitting one more time. There you go. You don't have to go all the way in. Put them together, press, wipe off. In that case, I don't have any excess. Look at that. That one be done. One more to go. Get this cleaned up. Make sure the other thing is dry. And guys, honestly, we're not putting any pressure on these things. The whole glue is just, so I can sleep better at night. I'm not like I have 4 kids, man. I don't sleep ever. Okay. Pipe, good to go. One more time on the fitting. Don't have to go all the way in, just go around the rim. Push them together, and no excess. That one. So this is boiling round number 3. I think we have to do this 4 times? 3 to 4 times? What's this thing say? We're skipping that step. D, repeat steps A through D 4 to 5 times. Shit, 4 to 5. Do this 2 more times. In order to ensure the carbon is completely saturated with water. Okay. How I've done it in the past, so everybody's like on the same page, is I just basically added the carbon to water and let it soak for a day. That was it. And then rinsed it, poured it in my thing, and we were good to go. But maybe this is a better way. We're going to find out. I mean, this just seems like a lot of work, right? Like, I mean, I got a convenient little setup here, right? I got a sink right there with instant hot water. I've got an induction. I've got freaking all-clad saucier. I've got, like, and this is still a pain in the ass. Like, I can't imagine people that actually use this, or big distillers that use this all the time do this. Like Jack Daniels, or, you know, Jim Beam, or anybody that actually polishes. I'm pretty sure they both do. I can't imagine they're just sitting there with giant vats of this shit boiling. It doesn't make any sense to me. But we're gonna go with it, because the science says that it works, right? The science doesn't lie. Facts do not care about your feelings. This is the last one. This is number 5, by the way. And I mean, I will tell you, there actually is a feel difference. Like right now, it's I don't know, it's kind of smoother. I know that doesn't make any sense. Like before, it was like I was moving a big giant clump. It wasn't like the little grains of charcoal weren't separating. But now when I go like that, they're definitely moving a lot easier, a lot freer. So there is a feel difference when you're moving the spoon around, for sure. All right, we're boiling, we're done. Shutting this puppy down. Okay, so while that cools down, George, while that cools down, let's go ahead and get a medium, cut out and done. So a couple quick little tips here. You do not want to cut the median to be as big as this. You want it to be as big as that. Because if you put it here, what ends up happening is that when you screw this on, it doesn't seal. This O-ring has got to hit that flange. So we're not going to do that, right? Right? We find a thing that's really close, Look at that. See how close that is? Top of this lid is what I use. And then we just cut there, and then we kind of stop it. Do that whole thing. It's really not that difficult. So let's go ahead and take that, mark this up. Perfect circle. I cut to the outside edge of that mark. I don't want to cut to the inside because the inside is going to be the exact same dimensions of this, and that isn't big enough. So I cut to the outside edge. This just goes right there. And that's it. And when you put this on, what ends up happening, you can also, look at this, put it right in there. See that? Nice tight fit. It's perfect. This thing goes on here. Make sure you got nothing on your O-rings. Spin that up. Just go hand tight. You don't have to go anything more than that. You cut one more. Another nice little circle. That goes into this one right here. Now this one, the one that the tube's coming into, it'll fall. It will, just naturally, it'll fall. I actually have one that I did, and I thought it actually worked really well. I put like multiple of these things in, and I filled this whole cavity with those, so that way it wouldn't fall. I don't think I need to do that though. I'm not so worried about it. It didn't really change anything. Now we gotta put our charcoal in, right? Activated charcoal, carbon, whatever the hell we're calling it these days. Now this stuff is wet, okay? So let's do this. Just so I can show you guys over here. See? So what I'm gonna do, just a spoonful at a time. Obviously, once you've got some in, shake it. Look at that, we actually already have water coming out. Shake it, tap it. You want to make sure it's nice and tightly packed. Oh. That is about as much as I can get in there because you're going to shake it, stomp it, do whatever. There she is. So, very important thing, once you add charcoal, your activated charcoal, go ahead and clean off your flange. And if you can, take this. I'm trying to spin out anything that you have in there. It's not coming out for me right now, so we'll go ahead and rinse it. Screw on your top portion. Remember, you don't have to go Hercules on this thing. Just hand tight. And voila. Doesn't matter which way is up, which way is down, especially if you know, but what's really important, guys, is that it is a single use, okay? We don't have a lot of charcoal in here. We really don't. I mean, there's don't get me wrong, there's a decent amount, but like it's not one use. So if you're doing the fast ferment systems, or you're not doing enough runs to, you know, justify a 3-foot tube or something like that, or you don't have the space, you can do this in a 1-foot tube, 2 unions, 2 of the barb fittings, some PVC glue, Scotch-Brite, some activated charcoal. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I'm not doing that. But anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching video 5 or episode 5. Oh my God, these are like, you know, episodes now. You know, so we've actually got
episode 5 in Star Wars was a good one.
Oh my God.
That was
episode 3 was amazing.
That was where we found out that Darth Vader is his father.
Okay, whoa.
Right?
I don't even know. I have absolutely no idea.
That was the, what was that called? The Empire Strikes Back. Or was that the last one?
I have absolutely no idea. No, so no. Episode 5, the joys of polishing a tube, which is.
Can we? Okay.
Oh my God! Listen,
I know. We have to harp on that again.
They're crafty. They're crafty.
Go ahead, please. Just do it.
All right, but no. So a couple quick things we want to talk about really quickly that are very, very important is that. One, there is a way to clean and reactivate your charcoal. Now, there's actually a few different ways. One is what we do. It's not 100% effective, but it's the safer way of doing it, which is basically taking the charcoal out, boiling it, cleaning it, rinsing it, all that other good stuff. It's what we've done from the beginning. We do that boiled 3 times though, just to kind of get those oils up and then dump off, filter out, that kind of stuff. We don't go through what is explained off in the PDF that we'll link here on this video. The other way is you can boil it, drain it, put it on a baking sheet, throw it in your oven, bake it at 450 degrees, which is not a good idea. It is not safe at all for a couple different reasons, and I'm going to let this guy right here explain. Why is that a bad idea?
Well, it's carbon-based. It's carbon. It's coal. So basically what you're doing is you have this coal soaked with, I don't know, 180 proof spirit.
Yep.
And you're now putting it into a... You're putting a combustible element into an oven and you're going to bake it.
Dude, and it is an enclosed space, dude. It just builds up.
That is how they build bombs.
Yeah, it is not safe at all.
Incendiary devices, as they would call it in the government.
Yes, we all have very understanding wives. We do.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I put my wife through hell all the time. I mean, she's an amazing woman. But like that is a little bit above what my wife would be like. Yeah, this is okay. So like guys, if you're doing this at home, don't think about doing it.
I mean, you know, everybody here in this community has common sense, and you know, but
for the few dollars,
I personally just recommend do not. There are voices out there that say, "Oh, you can do this, and this is great." Yeah. So neither Kevin nor I recommend it.
Yeah.
Just don't. Yeah.
That's like there would be a video of me saying, "Hey, let me watch me do this," and then it'd be like, you know.
Yeah. Kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one way of doing it. Just we don't recommend how commercial distillers do it. And it's something that I learned a lot actually watching this video, doing a lot of research and reading a lot of white papers. First and foremost, Jack Daniels and Jim Beam don't use activated charcoal. They do cold filtration, and that's because whiskeys tend to be more, they don't do much of the reflux action. They want the flavor. They tend to have a lot of the fats, and when you add water to those fats, they cloud up, so they do cold filtration. They
do cold filtration because basically what they're trying to do, whiskey, as we all know, is a straight distillate, not a reflux distillate. So they're trying to get that flavor over, and of course, the last thing they want to do is lose it then during their polishing.
Exactly.
They're polishing.
Yeah. I do that all the time now with George. This is gonna be my secret George handshake from here on out. But yeah, so by doing cold filtration, you're separating the fats from the alcohol, and then they can skim the fats off that they want to skim off that do react with, you know, H2O.
Sure.
But they can leave certain fats in that have the flavors and things like that.
Right. And they have a very sophisticated system of doing this.
Which costs a boatload of money.
Right.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah, then you have vodkas. Now, vodkas use a activated charcoal or stone carbon system, but it's a really big intricate, expensive system. And how they work, which is kind of interesting, is that us, as small craft distillers or people doing it at home, we go top down, right? We're using gravity to...
Gravity.
That's right.
Yeah.
But not actual vodka distilleries. They go bottom up. So they have pump systems because they're trying to control the flow of the distillate going through the carbon.
Not only that, but the things that you're trying to filter out also are bound by gravity. And if you go from the bottom up, those things automatically, when they get caught, will fall back down, and it's a more efficient system of
filtration, yeah, and polishing. Filtration, polishing, I don't know. I like polishing. Polishing sounds better. Anyway, so that's how they do it. But like, what do you do if you're a small craft distiller? Well, there's a couple different options. You can keep doing what we showed you in this video, where you make these little distillate tubes and things like that. It works. It's a pain, but there's also what's called lenticular filtration. So lenticular filtration is a cartridge-based filtration system. And there's a bunch of different companies. We have a preferred vendor. They're not paying us to promote them, so I'm not going to mention their name right now, but that's what we go with. Well, that's what we're in the process of designing for our full distillery. Right,
and basically, for those people that don't know what lenticular filtration is all about, if you know the Brita water filters, everybody does, you have a cartridge that has activated charcoal, blah, blah, blah in it, and that is what you run your water through, and that is where the water gets filtered and purified.
Absolutely. So
a
little bit more advanced on a distiller side, where these are like 4, 5, 6 stage, where Brita is a couple, but the same process applies. Okay, you have a cartridge-based system. With those type of systems, you can upgrade and expand kind of exponentially. They do hit a point where they become less cost effective over doing something like, a vodka producer does. Because at the end of the day, if you can reuse the same activated carbon all the time, that's pretty great. But in the beginning, that system costs like several hundreds of thousands of dollars versus...
It's a vast investment.
It is. Now, companies out there, vendors, that make stainless steel tubing. So how the large vodka and other distillers do it is they take their activated charcoal-based systems and they run high temperature steam through their systems. On the opposite side, they now go top down because they're trying to wash out their system. Okay, and that has to be done. I think it's at 244 degrees, which if you have made a PVC-based filtration system, do not attempt to do that. You can buy. You can buy commercially available steam cleaners at home, like a Shark steam cleaner or something like that, that produces the pressure and the vapor that you need. But if you hook that up to a PVC-based system, what will it do? It
will melt, and it will release carcinogenic and teratogenic substances that will not kill you instantly, but sometime later.
And your kids, and your grandkids, and everybody else.
Right.
Chernobyl level badness, guys.
Just
don't do it. Don't do it. So Schedule 40 is rated for 140 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what it's rated for. Nothing more than 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So you don't want to use a steam-based system through one of the PVC Schedule 40 filtration systems. You have to do that with stainless steel. So the guys that we're talking to that make sanitary type fittings and pipes and all that kind of good stuff are looking into giving us, or making at a discount,
a
12-inch section with a 12-inch section of 2-inch pipe with the ferrules and then the nibs and all that other kind of good stuff, and a filter like a medium. It's gonna be metal, not Scotch-Brite in this instance, but where we can put that charcoal in and then run a steam system through it to see how effective that really is.
Right, and this may be a complete failure.
Could very well be.
Yeah.
Now, that's it for the filtration or the joys of polishing a tube. A couple quick side things are going to be, David has sent us a message right before we started recording today. We've recorded a couple videos and done a bunch of different stuff, so I wanted to just make a quick note, David. We have made a lot of cool stuff. So we have done brandies, gins, bourbons, and just straight kind of like white lightning. And that's kind of what we're focusing on right now. The gin has gotten a lot of praise.
Gin has a lot of good feedback, positive, all of it.
Yeah.
Like, we've given this to friends and family, and pretty much everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've made, obviously, Salomon's Cut. Thank you, George. That came out really well, right? That was very good. The brandy that I'm holding right now, this is what we're calling Dead Oak. This is a very, very strong brandy. This is, we took 3 times the amount of wood.
Yeah. So if you are like a woodpecker and enjoy eating bark and that kind of stuff, then this is perfect. We certainly overdid it, unfortunately.
This is our standard brandy right here, which has the exact amount of wood that you're supposed to make or use. It's really, really good. Listen, the woodpecker, dude, actually the woodpecker, that would have been a good name for that. We're gonna rebrand this. Woodpecker or Woody. Woody Woodpecker?
God, no.
Okay.
Not in this
anyway,
video.
dude, Woody with like polishing tubes. That's great. All right. So anyway, this one right here, it's palatable if you're strong-willed, but it's really good for cooking. We've actually used this a couple times now on doing things like desserts and stuff like that for the tasting parties on like Bananas Foster and all that kind of good stuff. It's really good for cooking. I'm not gonna lie, I love this for cooking. But this one right here, as far as doing like a sipping brandy or whatever, is really good. White Lightning, that's just awesome, especially after you polish it a few times. This is really freaking good. And then the Saddleman's Cut. Even your phone rings?
It does.
Or your watch?
Yes, it does. The watch rings. Yeah,
how do you silence it? You can like...
Yeah, hey, we're recording.
Hey.
Hey, that's my wife.
Are you planning to come back?
Yes, we're currently recording.
No, he's gonna move here.
Oh, no.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi to everybody on YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Okay. Coolest guys on the planet.
All right, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, we've done a lot of different stuff, David. It's actually, and we've gotten a lot of feedback. Everybody loves it. It's great. We've created Morning Piss. That was our biggest failure.
God. Yeah, and the name itself just makes me cringe. But really,
it looks like Morning Piss.
It was not good.
No, we're actually gonna redo that one. We're gonna go ahead and take
we're
that
going
stuff.
we're going to redistill that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna see.
The alcohol is still good.
Listen, we're gonna see how effective our reflux action is.
That's right.
If it comes out like tasting like anything or yellow, then we know it's not very good.
Well, it shouldn't be yellow because all the stuff we do have in the big kettle.
Yeah, right? We'll find out.
Right. I mean, it always comes out clear, but the question is the flavor going to come across or not?
Yeah, we're going to find out. So, and then also want to talk about Ian. Okay, so Ian, we thought that was an L, an I,
so
and a,
sorry,
and
mate.
Yeah, we were like, what in the? Why is my wife calling now?
I don't know.
Hey, hon, say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Okay, can I call you back?
Are you almost done?
Yep.
All right, you gonna be back soon?
Yep.
All right, love you, bye.
Bye. Jewish women are always on the same page. How does this work?
So we're both married to lovely Jewish ladies.
And we're both Catholics. So
Yeah, right. But, yeah.
They're harmonized.
Yeah.
Every Jewish wife right now is calling their Catholic husbands.
I think so. While they're trying to distill or doing something equally important.
Oh my God! It's like listen. It's the one Sunday a year we're supposed to be given a grace because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and it's like, wait a minute, like what the hell?
Yeah. Why am I required to? Come home?
Yeah, dude. Like, okay, so anyway, so Ian, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Thank you so much for coming. Like, we really wish you a lot of luck. We hope you get your still soon and get it set up. We want to try and figure out a way to help. We also want to try and figure out a way to connect with you and do some type of like live stream or something like that. So hit us up. The email is, well, it's not on that because I didn't want to put it on that. But we do have an email. Just watch the video. stillbrosofficial@gmail.com. Send us an email. Let's try to do some type of Skype thing or Zoom thing or something like that. That'd be freaking
Zoom,
awesome as hell.
Whatever works.
I need a reason to go to Australia. I do. Do you?
Australia is great.
Do you need a reason to go?
I
Wait a minute. Where do you live in Australia?
I was there before, and it's a brilliant country.
Where do you live in Australia? If you live in Outback or something like that, I don't know, dude. It gets hot balls there.
Well, I think there's one community on the western coast, and then everybody else pretty much lives on the eastern coast.
Right. Are you Sydney, or are you more like towards New Zealand? What part of the?
Well, New Zealand is always, that's a different island altogether.
This way. All right, American. I know my geography. So, any other pearls of wisdom? Anything else you want to talk about real quick? The commentary?
Not right now. I think yeah. Do not put your activated charcoal in the oven. That's basically it.
Don't listen to him, guys. Don't listen to him. I mean, not him, but like the other people saying to do it. No, listen to him. Listen to this guy. Okay, don't do it. It's not worth it. Guys, it's $5 or $6 every time you do this. It's not worth like blowing up your house or burning down your house. So,
but I'm sure we don't have to repeat that because like everybody has a good head on their shoulders, and I'm sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, so guys, thank you for watching.
He was going to. I said no.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe or
thanks,
don't.
Yeah, you don't have to subscribe. Obviously, we like it, but you know, there's absolutely no pressure.
By the way, Tom Brady sucks.